Alright, so it is the 30th of May. Not too much to report today. I, I, because it's Memorial Day, I was, the hours at the gym were changed. I was supposed to show up at 7:30 instead of 5. And I showed up at 5 anyway, so I opened the gym early and just went ahead and, worked out for 2.5 hours straight instead. But I'm kind of exhausted, so that happened. Yeah, aside from that, I tried out BFR training, blood flow restriction training. Oh, there it goes. Focused again. For the first time, I finally, got my, tourniquets in. I talked about BFR training the other day. It's also called occlusion training. And, quick run through for those that, maybe didn't see the last video. The idea of it is essentially that you're cutting off circulation a little bit in a muscle group and then exercising that muscle group. And actually, that sort of keeps the pump going, like you get a lot more of a pump than you normally do. And it's actually a way to make your body get more of an effect out of a lighter weight. And that's good, usually, because, if you can get more of an effect out of a lighter weight, that means that you can, travel workouts are better, easier, that is. It means that, it's easier to work around injuries. It means that it's less stressful on your body and maybe a little bit easier to recover from relative to using a heavier weight. So there's a lot of potential benefits to it. I went ahead and did, supersets. Normally the program calls for 15-minute long supersets. Instead, I did 7.5-minute long supersets because there's no way I would have been able to go 15 minutes with the cuffs on. But yeah, I did 2 7.5-minute sets on the blood flow restriction, and that was that kicked my ass. Like, that was enough. So hopefully I will, be using that pretty regularly from now on. I haven't tried it out on legs yet because legs is a little bit more complicated, but, we'll see. I don't actually know where I left I normally use knee wraps to do it on the legs, upper leg, but, I don't know where my knee wraps are, so I might have to find those. Anyway, aside from that, pretty ordinary day. I was mostly working on, clients and stuff like that this morning, so I wasn't able to get much of any writing done. And then I was helping a friend move, so just kind of a busy day, and then catching up on sleep because I didn't get much sleep last night. But, nothing wrong with that. Played some more Doom. Doom is still amazing, and I still love it. And that's, really all there is to say today. I was looking into, conservative bloggers, and, I have to say that there's this, it's so much easier to be profitable or to be, paid attention to by being aggressively wrong on the internet than it is to be, right. Because no one cares if you're right. They just care how aggressive you are, in pitching your message. And that stinks because that's, in capitalism, we tend to associate money with, justification. If you can pay for it, then, you should be able to do it. If you have the capability to do it, then, it seems like you're justified in doing so, and there's, there's no reason not to do that. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that there's plenty of things that we can afford to do that we shouldn't. And a lot of people don't really, learn to manage their money well, or not do shitty things with their money. I think that, conscious consumerism is one way to mitigate the effects of things, but it's certainly not a solution because, as conscious as you can be, you can never be fully conscious of all of the decisions that you're making with your money. And there's, there's simply a lot of situations in which you'll be financially incentivized to do, to spend money in ways that would, not be the best overall for, the long-term success of society. And, that sucks. Like there's just like it would be nice to live in a world in which there were perfectly alternative choices, but there's really not in most cases. If I'm offered like two building like two options for where I could rent an apartment, I can't choose solely based on how good of an apartment it is, or how good of a company the management company is, because you don't know that. You just don't know. All you know is the price, and if you can only afford a certain price, then there you go. That's all you can do. And it's the same with like stores. Like sometimes you don't have the option to go to like 8 different stores and support the store that makes the most sense. You've just got to select the one that's closest, even if that's a Walmart and you're paying money directly to the Waltons. So yeah, it's weird that we live in a world in which people can be aggressively wrong, and then since that makes them money, they get that feedback loop of justification, like, oh well, because I was able to monetize what I'm doing, and because I'm able to generate a certain level of interest and attention, I must be doing things right, so I should keep doing it this way. And that's awful because a lot of times that just contributes to a sort of weird discourse of shouting louder and louder. It's like an arms race of shouting. And like why why would that be a good idea? It's not. It's really not. So yeah, that's something that kind of not boggles my mind, but something that I always have on my mind a lot, because it goes antithetical to a lot of the things that I know to be more productive of human happiness, is just, not seeking out conflict like this, and, seeking to collaborate rather than conflict. And that's the way our society is sometimes. Anyway, so that's it for today. Hopefully I'll have, more of a fitness topic or something for you tomorrow, but it is what it is. So, as always, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys later.